Big thank you to all of the great creators over at Describe for helping make this video possible. If you're looking to jump behind the DM screen but are worried about being at a loss for words, then check out Describe.com. Describe offers over 1,400 scenes of places, monsters, and spells, and collections with dozens of new scenes being added daily, just like the boxed texts from your favorite adventure books, but designed to be read aloud and in your own campaigns. Start the adventure of a lifetime with the help of Describe's finely crafted boxed text. Spelled DSCRYB, all of the Describe scenes are set in a world of epic fantasy like many of your favorite RPGs. Each scene shows their subjects, whether it be place, monster, or spell, and other observation, by describing the sensory experiences. Scenes also help set the narrative tone and provide a prompt for subsequent actions and role-playing. Visit describe.com/Rookzer0, that's DSCRYB.com/Rookzer0. Use the coupon code Rookzer0 at checkout to get an additional 10% off of your monthly subscription. Okie dokie, welcome back everybody. There we go. It's a free draw. Today's the day where we draw freely and do stuff. That's all I got going on today. Today I'm with Jonas and Druid, and we're just starting up. That's it. We're just gonna hang out. We're gonna draw a little bit. I would like to basically do like an art breakdown, some pose breakdowns. But I don't have any images that are my own, and I don't want to just be snagging other people's images off the internet. So I don't know if I can do that, per se. If you have one that you're comfortable with sharing, Trev, welcome. If you want to just like drag and drop it into Aggie, we could use it as a reference. I wanted to talk a little bit about it because, like, using reference is really important, and there's a big thing with pose, whereas there are ways to learn how to do pose, and then there are ways to not use pose. Ways to learn, ways to use, and ways to not use. So, I kind of want to talk about a little bit those. But it is also the free draw, so people can draw whatever the hell they want. There's a link in the Discord if you want to come join us and just hang out. If you want to doodle, you're very welcome to. Just be cool. Don't do weird shit in the YouTube channel. Thanks again to our wonderful sponsor of today, which is Describe. They're making great box text. I ran the ad copy at the little beginning in there. There's a link down below. Go check out that link if you want to check out some sweet box text for D&D for your next D&D campaign. And they make some pretty cool professional stuff there. So if you need help learning how to describe things or unique inspiration, that's a good way to go. Miss being able to catch it live. Been working 2 jobs currently on a 15-minute break. Wowza. That is rough. I'm sorry, Trev. I hope your workday calms down a little bit. Thank you for showing up in your 15-minute break. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. 2 jobs, no fun. Probably start off by drawing a rugby here just to warm up. While Druid grabs us a good reference to use. Mostly not nude. Oh, good. Speedo's acceptable. Watch me get kicked off of YouTube real fast. What is this? Got goals to meet. So that means money to make. That's a great way to look at it. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there. I've been in that double job situation. I actually had 3 jobs at one point during college. That was not fun. They were all part-time jobs, but 3 jobs in school is not a fun day to make. I highly recommend not doing that if you can. But you know, that's some people. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you got to do it, and more power to you. And good on you for busting your butt. That's not a bad pose. That's a good pose. Okay. We got a flexi boy. Nice. Okay. That's fine. I think that's good. So someone was asking earlier, like how to I guess they weren't asking. I think it was JC Denton. JC Denton posted something earlier. Posted their character, and I was suggesting they need to look at how volume shapes work a little bit more. And I say that all the time, and people are like, how does that go? So I'm okay with us just like kind of, yeah, like how do we break this down. The first thing I was going to say is that there's using reference from pictures and then there's copying reference from pictures. And unfortunately, copying references from pictures is a good way to learn. So the thing that I'm going to preface here is what I'm going to do next, because I want to actually, I'm going to do a draw over of this. This is not how I would normally do art, and I'll kind of explain how that works. So when I want to do a draw over of something, which I'm going to actually finish up this rugby real quick, and then there you go, Jonas likes your arms. Nice job. And thank you, Druid, for supplying this picture. I appreciate that. I need to get my own. Better guess. Welcome, welcome. I can believe it. I worked both fast food jobs and factory jobs. Ugh, yeah. Never again. I only worked one factory job in my life, and I did it for... I went there and worked a 14-hour shift, and then 3 people quit while I was there, and then at the end of the day, the foreman was like, hey, we had some people quit. Do you want a full-time job? And I just walked out. I was like, no, thank you. It was a temp job I had once, and it was terrible. Okay, so when you're doing a draw over, what you really want to look at is you're trying to learn shapes. And so that's why I say when you do a draw over, it's only for the helping you learn and see visually what things are. Because what's going on down here, what Jonas is doing, is great. That's really how you should be practicing shape, is trying to copy this without going too crazily in it. But if this is something that you're not even comfortable with at all, the first thing you can do is you can start going in here and looking at just trying to find these shapes, right? Like, so you can go in here and you can look at these. And this is how you would use reference to start copying from reference to learn, right? So I'm literally just going in here and looking at shapes. That's all I'm doing. And when I say volume shapes, these are what I'm talking about. Like, not only the lines, because I could just come in here and start, like, drawing and tracing your whole arm, but that's not actually doing anything for me, right? So I'm trying to see where are these volumetric shapes inside the body that I can start looking at. Jonas is building these. I'm going to draw on yours real quick, Jonas. Jonas is building these real quick here, just looking at the outline and drawing the outlines, which is great. But when you're actually like trying to learn and see this, if you start looking at these once again as a volumetric shape, like where's the volume coming from, you can start seeing how muscles wrap. You can start seeing how different pieces come together. And that's where this kind of drawing can be really helpful, because you have everything there. If you draw it and look at it and decide, did that work, you can kind of keep moving forward from there. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to get this muscle in here. I'm going to get this here, and then got to get buff, yo. And then I'm going to move it over. It's a good looking body, man. Good looking pose. So this is a direct draw over, right? And it still looks kind of flat. So now what you can do is you can go back in and you can say, okay, so what did I do here that makes it look a little bit flat? Well, first off, there's no contouring here, so I don't have any reference for where the chest is versus where the spine is, but that will make a shape, right? So we can go back in here and we can see this is actually connected here. And so now this one circle that I made for the shoulder should really actually probably be more like this. It should really be more of a tube. And so we can start looking at how things are connected through things. And you can start finding these shapes again and start putting things together. We have a muscle here. We have the rib cage. We can really just start breaking this down. There's some muscles. And the more you just, like, when you're doing these kind of draw overs, really just take your time and start ripping apart, like, what are all these things? Where are these? And see, this right here is really good because we start seeing that this circle is behind something that's attached to something. We have the chest in front. We know now that, okay, so this is really actually curving over here more. because we have that tube. And you can start seeing the little pieces, and each little bit of like contour you add and start looking and understanding how things connect is going to start building that, building a reservoir of information in your mind, building a group of pictures in your mind, so that you don't have to do a draw over. You can just start pulling things from your brain skis. Helios, welcome. Back to the grind. Enjoy. Thank you, Trev, for hanging out. Enjoy your day. And so it's a matter of, this is not copying because I'm not doing this for a piece. Does that make sense? And I think people get worried about that when they're like, oh, you're just drawing over something. It's like, yes, a draw over is good for if you're using it to learn. Like, that's okay. And so you can start seeing like, okay, cool, I got this shape. But if all I do is just use that shape, I haven't learned anything. So let's look at this hand. I'm just going to keep zooming in and breaking up things. You could just do the outline, or we could start looking at, we have a shape here. We have a volume shape of the hand that's curving this way. We have another shape here, followed by a thumb. And we have two fingers because we have knuckles. And so you can start seeing where we're actually, now instead of just having the lines, I actually want this muscle group. And I can see this muscle group. We have more bones. And these are what I'm talking about with volume shapes. So we have this nice tube that is the arm. I'm going to switch to a red. Right, that's just the bone structure. And then we have these blue muscles that are themselves their own volume, right? Their own tubular shape, 3D space is being absorbed here, or being taken up. And so you can just break this stuff down, and then once you're kind of comfortable with like, okay, these are the pieces I need, you can go back in and do what Jonas is doing and really start kind of making up your own stuff, putting the poses where you want, knowing that there are these pieces that you need. No. And that's kind of the beauty of when you're trying to capture reference, you're not usually going for an exact copy, because unless the person you're drawing is the same height, the same width, the same length. Like if you're trying to draw a picture of yourself, absolutely just stand in the pose you want, take a picture of it, and then draw it yourself. like that would, yeah. That's actually the elbow there. And then we have the same muscle groups on this side. Get the volume shape of the arm. And then we add the muscles on top and wrap them around. Wrist. And then once again, we're going to have the hand shape. Cross it over. The thumb shape. The two thumb pieces. Volume shapes. Shapes. And all of that can be compared to just doing like the draw over I did earlier. Let's move this over here. And then we'll shift that over. So this is the difference, right? Like the fine detail versus the just the periodic shape, or the base shape. Oops, why is that huge? That's ginormous. That's great. Style coming out. But as you do this, you can start seeing where things overlap. You can start seeing where muscle and shapes can be developed. And then you can go back in once you've done this enough until you're pretty comfortable with it. You can go in and you can start looking at just very basic principles of like any person should look like this. And you're like, okay, but the shoulder's going to be forward because we know it's going to be in front of the face. And you can hopefully start building something that's going to be a lot more dynamic and just feel a lot more fluid and less flat. Right? Yeah. I mean, it definitely looks different. I generally make my characters a little more shoulder heavy. And that's totally fine. Like all that stuff is that's why it's important not to just copy reference, because then it doesn't look like your art. It looks like you know your the thing you're copying, which is not what you want. I can start looking at these. Everybody is just a compilation of tubes. Question is then, what do you do with those tubes? Combine them. You can even break it down into like very simple bone structures. Drawing over things to help understand perspective and reference is great. It's a good way to learn. You just have to realize that like this is it needs to be learning. It needs to be you thinking about like why you're doing it. What are you getting from this? What are you looking at? But understanding and finding shapes that you're really comfortable with, like something I do a lot with my legs when I draw legs, is I'll get like the base thigh shape, and then I'll just draw. I'll draw the shin bone. like regardless of what's going on, I like having the shin bone there, because this can be all kinds of fun noodly shit you do with the calf and the knee. But I feel like for some reason the shin bone and the kneecap are the two places that if I don't put them somewhere, they disappear and they go all kinds of weird. Oh, God. Yeah, landmarks. Yeah, landmarks are a great way to talk about those, because they're very like the places where bone is very close to the skin, right? Because they're not going to move. They're always going to be your places of finding proportionality. So like very tip of the elbow or tip of the shoulder, where the top of that is, your ribs right here, the top of your hips. The outer part of your hips, your knee. Oops, I keep doing that. Your knee, ankles. Those are some really good landmarks to just like get comfortable drawing those and knowing where they are. And then you can start putting whatever you want on top of them. Whoop. Yeah, that's some other stuff, like learning how weight, the center of gravity is another thing I always look at. Like where the feet are, where's the weight? If the person is leaning really hard on one leg, then your center of gravity is going to shift that direction. So like here it looks like they're leaning forward on the left leg, so it's like I'm probably going to put the center of gravity right here, and oh look, lines right up with the head. That's another great way to start looking at different ways to kind of balance your characters out. Yeah. Any characters look cool. Yeah, right. So that's a little bit of what I wanted to get to. Like, take a picture, rip it apart, see what all the different pieces are, go as vague as possible, and then maybe like really get into some detail. Just, you know, have fun with it. But don't think that like copying reference has to be perfect. Just think about the shapes that you're seeing. And try to, you know, get better at that. I really want to get across when I say volume shapes is really where are these things in 3D space. Like, that's the thing I think a lot of people don't see, because they'll see things like this arm, and what they aren't realizing is that like your arm is always this long. That's really weird to say, but like, so if you're, even though this is pointing at the camera, like that's where foreshortening starts coming in, right? Like, these 2 points aren't going to move. So like the same amount of length that is here needs to be here. But how you're going to do that is by this is going to start overriding this. So you're only going to see like the elbow muscles till you get to the arm. There's a lot of chunk there. And it's going to start taking over. A lot of chunk. Yeah. Things get mushy. Things start flexing. It's probably not the best example, but it's good enough. Chunky. Have fun with it, you know? Just try to think about those shapes. Like, what's actually... where are things as they're moving through space? That elbow, actually, now that I'm doing it, that elbow should be farther back. So you'd see even less of the arm. And now armors. Stack that shit. We are getting places. You know what else we can do? We can That's right. That's right, rugby doesn't have arms. What's Jonas doing over here? Okay, I think that's it. I think that's what I got. Thank you for sharing your picture. I hope that was helpful for everybody. Now we can kind of draw whatever the hell we want. I don't know what else to do. I don't know if I taught Jonas anything. Jonas has got a lot going on already. Remember that thing? I didn't draw the box. general line work. I think I've learned a lot about proportion from you. I think there's some cool stuff you do that I wouldn't have thought of. Thighs. Have we even kicked off the internet yet? Nope, not yet. All right. Yeah. I feel more okay submitting some of my more risque stuff, thanks to Jonas. Bop. All right. What are we drawing today? We got to get a vampire Gurna eventually. Hands? What about hands? I know that feeling, yeah. It's just weird to think about. A lot of stuff is... what's that? We could do that. That could be cool. Yeah, maybe Blue Scale would want to do a YouTube interview. Artist Arcana. Yeah. Yeah, I very much wanted the Discord and Draw to be interviews. Flip the image. Flip the canvas. Flip the canvas again. I just now realized that... Are we live? Are we not live? Okay. For some reason I didn't get a boost to poo in the stream notifications. That's really weird. Nobody knows we're streaming. Unless Sierra just started streaming. No, it was yesterday. Gotcha. Hand bones are bananas. We could just put a rugby in it. How big is rugby comparatively? It's a good question. I don't know. It's just like 1,000 rugbies. Put a box. We'll put a box on rugby, and then we'll put Druid inside of it. It's just rugby Druids all the way down. Ah! Lies, Jonas. There's nothing to say in it. Oh boy, what has happened today? Okay, let me see what we got going on. Speaking Omega, question: why is the draw with us playlist set to the newest first? That's a damn good question. So it goes backwards, huh? I don't know. I guess I wouldn't want people to have to go all the way to the end, but I can switch that. That would make sense. That's a fair critique. They are there. All the old videos are there. The new videos should be... Since I'm doing it once a week, I'm just leaving them up now. So let me take a look at that. Speaking, I will check that out. Because these go back a long way. A long, long way. We're on episode 202, but there are 218 videos in the thing. Date published oldest. There we go. Apparently other people have been adding things to this video. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the 12 most incredible finds scientists can't explain from the playlist. Yeah. That was very strange. There we go. Okay. Looks like the first Discord draw was February 11th. Years ago. There we go. I did, that should work. So many episodes. There you go. I hope that helps. I hope that sorting helps. I was planning on having a mega binge for when it would work. Yeah. Okay. There you go. I hope that helps. If you see any like duplicates or something, please let me know, and I will edit those. Jonas Rugby is still really funny because I feel like Jonas's Rugby is just like kind of a noodle. I dig it. All right, let me clear some space off here. Pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you. No problem. No problem at all. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Prepare the Ganoodle rugby. No arms. Rugby will not have arms. Buff B. Buff B should just have super buff legs. Wait, Jonas, you should not act like that lies are wrong. I don't know what that means. Someone was making a joke about, I don't know if it was Seth Roth's sword. I feel like it was a comedy animation or something on YouTube where the sword just couldn't fit the screen. Regardless of how big the screen was, the sword always went off the screen. This is like sock puppet rugby. Super buff rugby. Is that how all the playlists should be? Should they not? Should they have the oldest first? I guess that would make sense. Oh, that's how the rest of them are. I don't know why that one was different. Super weird. Rugby is buff. We got Buff B, we got Chunk B. Is that the dog from Undertale? Bork, 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 bork. He's super long. Super long rugby today. Not sure what else to draw today. We played D&D a whole bunch this morning, which is fun. It's up for the Patreon members. I need to start editing those faster. It's taking me a long time. I should probably spend my days doing that instead of playing Hades. Oh, yeah. How'd that go? Gotcha. We'll have to look at them after the stream. Is that on your server, I take it? Okay, I'll just do that. What to draw, what to draw? There was something I wanted to draw, and I can't remember what it was. E-Man. Finbar is He-Man. Just super Otterfolk. Super noodly. That's a good point. Just be a massive rock. I am Grayskull. I'm kind of a big fan of it not mattering. Do female boars have tusks? I think they do. Just assume that. If we tried to draw a female version of the boar folk, I assume it would look pretty similar. No tusks. All right, well, there you go. Pig genius is sus. Why is that? I thought we were done with yeah. Game design Fridays. We could do that. Work on the game design. I still have to select and get a character controller set up for Unity so we can actually start building. I'm just so lazy. Just so lazy. What did my dad used to say? I was allergic to work. Probably. I've heard lazy as a bump on a log. Mudfly. They don't have legs. Ours don't have legs. They're just all ab. Drawn buff otters. What does an otter skeleton look like? That's a good question. Oh boy. That is a whole lot of creepy. Whole lot of noodle. Noodles are expensive? Mm-hmm. Yeah, spaghetti is super cheap. Well, yeah, I mean, if you think about like a pack of ramen noodles, like a ready to eat pack of ramen noodles with flavoring is like $1, usually a little less. For like 90 cents, you can get like a pound or two of spaghetti. It's way cheaper to buy spaghetti pretty much all the time. No, ramen noodles are freeze dried, I think. Flash dried? Oh. Spaghetti is just extruded out of a tube. Yeah. I mean, Friday's the free draw, you know? Bucky, well, welcome. How are you today? No, I said Bucky. Vucky. So, yes, well done. If I said your name wrong, I'm sure Jonas did hear something inappropriate. I am sorry. Well, fuck you, Jonas. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Well, I swear at Jonas. We're just hanging out drawing otters for some reason. Sir Otterton. I don't know why Otter. I think it would just be a lance. A war pike, like the fish pike. Is that what you're making? You're making a fish joke. I really want to get some cool weapons, draw and stuff, like some spears. That is terrifying. That is a terrifying skull. I'm hanging out in the Discord today. If you want to draw with us, you're very welcome to. There's a link in the Discord. As I slowly fall asleep on stream. I like this, Jonas. What are you doing with this? It's been a long week for me. I've been busting ass for ever. Yuck. I'm really close to being done with the mask. I might finish that up this afternoon. I wanted to get some registry keys put on the mask mold. So I warmed up some clay and stuck some dice in it. And I'm going to turn those into registry keys. Seems to be the... No, it's not a joke. It's a registry mark. A registry mark on a mask, a mold mask, basically keeps the silicone rubber mask in its proper alignment inside of the hard mother mold. So if you take dice and make silicone molds of them, there's only one direction that it'll fit into the thing, so it's a registry key. It's like the silicone mask fits perfectly into those little registrations marks. Yeah. Yes. Caltrop style D4s, metal D4s. Yeah, Jonas, how are you doing those horns? Those are cool horns. What? Are the back horns behind it? Okay. Yep, we can do that. And the back ones, where should the back ones go though? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about. It starts with a J. Lady from Pyre, the demon. It's a game. It's a super giant game. It looks really cool, and then when I actually looked at the gameplay, I was like, oh, I'm not going to play that. Mario Soccer. Neither had I, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, this is everything I like. And then I saw the gameplay, and I was like, it's some of the things I like. Yeah. Supermassive. Supermassive. Why do I see supermassive? Super giant. Is there a U2 album called Supermassive? Supermassive black hole. All right. Fair enough. Skiroosh. Yeah, pirates. The only I did not get into TF2. I don't know what it was. That could be why I didn't play it. That could be interesting. Yeah. Yeah, so TF2 machinima was kind of like was a thing when I started going to school. Yeah, it was with Gmod, and that's why it's because like people all of a sudden had this basically like fully rigged characters they could animate, and it's just like and they just went wild with it, which is great. And from a like a that in itself is good, and like I'm glad that happened. But like yeah, it kind of got to the point where shit was just too weird. Like I'm not into whatever is happening here. Plus they memed it real hard. I mean like. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. What am I looking at here? Bleh. What the fuck? Is it? Weird. It's the same helmet as the other lady. Did she die or something? Or do you pick different characters throughout the game? Mm-hmm. So you reverse die. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So it is the same mask and helmet, but it's a different character. I like that. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. I closed the YouTube chat. I'm so sorry. Well, Christopher, welcome, welcome. Joe, welcome as well. Hey, stream. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? We're shooting the shit and talking about games and stuff today. Did a little bit of an art tutorial earlier. We should get a lot of questions for tips for new artists, but what advice would you give for really experienced professional artists if they ask? What advice would you give a really experienced professional? What's your big secret? What is my big secret? Ooh, I don't know if I have a secret. Draw a lot. No, I think the biggest thing you can give to people who know how to draw but kind of are struggling and want advice is to try to be flexible. And when I say that, I don't mean that you have to like branch out and do different styles or different anything, but like it's okay to like shift mediums. It's okay to try things. It's okay to branch out and do weird stuff, like especially on a YouTube stream or a Twitch stream. It's like, you know what? Today we're gonna do mold making. Today we're gonna try watercolor. Like, don't get stuck and, you know, trap yourself in something that you're not happy with. Or even if you are happy with it, it's still okay to just, you know, branch out from time to time. I think that kind of stuff is important to do. That's my advice. Try to stay fresh. I mean, you have to do a lot of sketches, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, revisit the basics, get really good at the basics. It's always good to go back and do some practices, even if you haven't done them in a while, or you think you're really comfortable with it. Something we used to talk about a lot with cooking was like, and this is something I think Wolfgang Puck has said, that like, if you want to see how well someone cooks, have them cook you an egg. Like, if you think you're a great artist, keep doing the tutorials that you used to do, and like until you can do them so perfectly that you're like, you don't feel like you're getting anything out of it. But like, even like every now and again, I'll do line practices where you just draw 2 lines and try to draw through it. I failed here. That's bad. This one's okay. It's a little wobbly over here, but like that's all I'm doing is trying to connect those 2 lines as perfectly as possible. That's bad. That's bad. That one's okay. That one's bad. That one's okay. Just it's good. It's always good to practice those things. Like, never not stop. I do a sketch diary every day. I draw at least one thing in my sketch diary, and I spend a lot of my time drawing faces because I feel like I'm not good at them, and so I try to find new ways to draw faces. I forgot. I'm gonna do something that I might regret, but I forgot that I used to draw cartoons a lot. And so I'm actually really comfortable drawing drawing like cartoony characters. But I just don't do it. I just don't do it very often anymore. And they're really, really simple and fun. But it's something I forgot that I actually did a lot until I was drawing faces in my sketchbook. I'm like, oh yeah, I used to draw like this all the time. I'm really comfortable with these lines. Not that I'm like super, super good at it, but it's just like, it's a style that I just don't do anymore, you know? But I think also, like, I think I'm better at this now than I used to be because I've just been practicing, like, my line art, like, my line confidence. It's something fun to do. Practice different things. Oh, that looks super cool, Jonas. I dig that. Also, the other thing is don't be afraid to fail. I was just spent like 20 minutes drawing that mask. I hate it. I'm gonna start over. It's definitely, it's time to. Jonas kicking ass. Jonas the art vampire. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god. I found a guy on TikTok yesterday. I have to share it with you guys. Just wait. Just wait. Hold on. I gotta find this guy. I know he's got a YouTube channel too, so give me a second. Shit. Hold on, I gotta find this. Let me see if this is it. Okay, this is the guy. Oh, God damn it. Somebody just took his TikTok video and put it on YouTube. That doesn't help me at all. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's see if I can figure this out. Fucking shitty people. I found this on TikTok, so I put it on YouTube. It's like, that's not how that works. Okay, I found his TikTok. Hold on a second. That's why all day yesterday he was just priming you to remember his birthday. This is a super warning to everybody. Don't watch this video. Hashtag don't watch it. It's not good. Jonas, watch it. Everyone else, don't watch it. It's in the voice channel chat. Heads up, don't watch this video. Oh shit, did it right? Yeah, that was the right one. Definitely listen to the sounds. It's so disturbing. All right. That's why, Jonas. Yep. Be cool. Everyone be cool. The aliens are watching. For everyone in YouTube, just sorry, you're missing a whole bunch of conversations. Come hang out on Discord. Come hang out on Discord so I don't sound like a complete, I don't know, weirdo. Why would I be a weeb if I thought the aliens were listening to us? You'll have to explain that one to me. I did not say weeb until you brought it up. Mm-hmm. Just you wait. Oh yeah, no. 19-year-old Rook was a piece of shit. Yeah. Or you're a psychopath. That's fair too. I'm pretty sure I can say I don't think I did anything illegal, like, that I regret. But, like, every now and again, I'll just think about, like, something I did when I was 19, and I was like, man, I should apologize to that person. That was a really dick move, but it didn't seem like a dick move at the time. And then it's like, it'd probably be weirder to just, like, come out of the woodwork. Hey, remember that thing I did forever ago? And they're like, I had until now. And it's like, oh, shit. Yeah. Remember that time I tried to do something funny and it was not funny at all, and it was very awful and yucky and cringeworthy, and I hate it. Yeah, that was me. That was me. Cringy and stupid. Yeah. Yeah, definitely evaluate your younger self and be like, am I better now? Have I tried? Have I tried harder? That's really what growing up is like accepting the cringe and trying to be better. Which way does this go? Jonah's eating all the cookies. Dude, make some cookies. That's my problem with cookies. Like, it's so much sugar. And if they're not full of sugar, they're not good cookies. Chili nuts are pretty delicious. We started budgeting, because we never really budgeted except like for what we had to. Because yeah, I mean, like we were both working our asses off, and it was like we can go to the store, we can buy whatever the fuck we want. We're super blessed in that regard. And then we started sitting down and actually doing our budgeting. And it's like we spend like, how much was it? Hold on. We were spending like $60 a month on bread, because we buy like really nice sourdough loaves. We're like, maybe we buy the cheap bread for part of the month. Maybe that would help. So we had to start like looking at like the actual types of bread we were buying. Most people are out there spending like hundreds of dollars a month on going to the bar and fancy cars, and I'm over here buying the fancy bread. And I feel guilty about it. So much money on sauerkraut. Hunter's back. Scatter. And that's the end of the stream today. Everyone have a good weekend. Now, welcome back, Hunter. How are you doing? Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I was curious about that, but no one seemed to care. Nope. Bye. That's not good. I mean, to be fair, you do still look like a person. It's not like you like took your bandages off and a Hydra head came out. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. Nobody asked. Nobody asked. Nobody knows.
Yep. Yep, correct. No information. No new information has been established. What happened? All right. How far are you from Finland? Well, you said all your friends were in Finland, I thought. Oh, Sweden. Okay, how far are you from Sweden? Several hours by car. Is that fair to say? Okay, that's pretty far. Hmm. 1,200 kilometers. All right, that's a trip. That is a trip. Yeah, that's fair. I really want to go camping, but I don't know where to go camping here. I want to go tent camping by a lake. Yeah. All right. You know, Idaho, not a lot of ticks, lots of leeches. Well, what's the point of going next to a river or lake if you can't jump in it? All right. No. I don't know what glamping is. But maybe I've only glamped my whole life. I'm okay with I like that there maybe is an outhouse. I like that there would be an outhouse nearby. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. I went and got lost in the woods. That's what I did. No, I used to go. I used to go to. Oh, where the hell was it? Warm Lake in Idaho. I think that's by like Cascade. That doesn't seem right. No, it's different. Stoley Meadows. That was the other place. It was really nice. It was like they had a lodge up there. You could rent cabins. There were like 3 or 4 cabins, but I think I don't know if I ever. I stayed in one once. That's right. Stayed in one of the cabins once. Yeah, I really liked that because then you could just basically you put your tent up. You were, a small hike away from the lake. If you needed to, you could run down to the lodge and like, I forgot to buy candy bars for s'mores, and they're like, yeah, we got some of those. It's like sweet. I like that. I like just kind of hanging out, chilling, relaxing places. But I also like the lake. And the other thing about that, like, you could also go the other way where a lot of people went hunting. And it was just basically in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a forest with nothing near you. And it's like, I'm not so much into this. I want to do something. Otherwise, I could just hang out in my backyard. Maybe I just want to go swimming. Maybe I'll just go swimming more. Oop. Yeah, I think I eventually got to find a place and just go check it out. All right. Yeah, I'm used to middle to northern Idaho where like everything is just mountains. It's like Mhm. Okay. Nice. Last time I went camping with a bunch of my friends. And we were like, yeah, we'll go for the week. It'd be great. We got there, we unpacked, we made dinner, and then it got really cold, and we just kind of sat there, and we were like, all right, great. Fuck this, and we went home. So we really just went for like a really long, extended picnic, which, that's okay. That worked out pretty well. Okay. Wallowa. That's another one I've been to. I went there once and it was fucking cold as shit. It's pretty far north. Warm Lake is surprisingly warm in comparison to other lakes. Per the name. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it. I think it's a good place to call it. It's 2:30. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. It's the weekend, but we might play some Hades. I don't know. We'll see. Probably gonna put that up on the Tandem Gamers site. I finished up my commissions. I think I have 2 more commissions to start next week, and then I will be open for commissions again if people are interested. Otherwise, yeah. Thanks for hanging out this week. Thanks for. I know I wasn't streaming a lot this month because I was working on that large project. That should change. I don't think I'm going to accept any more commissions that don't let me stream. So we'll see what happens. But thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table, and we will see you all next week. Bye-bye. Title card.